Knowing about the definition of ratios and its basic concepts will be very helpful for us in solving a lot of questions in multiple quants topics. So let's see what is ratios. And once we say the word ratio, we should remember three things. Number one, ratio is basically useful for comparison. Okay, it can be useful for us in comparing two or more quantities. And the second thing which we should remember is it's the simplified version, or it can be also called as a simplified fraction. And the third important thing to remember is we should have often seen this symbol, a colon, or in terms of ratios, we'll be naming this as is2. Based on this outline, let's see a small example in order to understand more about the ratios area. So let's take two people, A and B, and let's assume that A is having 150 chocolates with him and B is having 120 chocolates with him. Now let's try comparing the number of chocolates between A and B. And for the comparison purpose, we are going to make use of ratios. And how can we do that? A is having 150 chocolates and B is having 120 chocolates, right? So when we are trying to compare any two persons or any two quantities, we'll be using the symbol is2. Okay? And as the definition says, ratios means simplified fraction. So is it possible to reduce these two terms? Definitely yes. We can divide both these terms by 10. Am I right? So if we try that, we'll be getting 15:12. And still it's possible to simplify them. We can see that both 15 and 12 are divisible by 3. So if we divide both the numbers by 3, we'll end up with 5:4, right? So there is no more possibility of reducing 5 and 4, right? The only common factor between 5 and 4 is 1. So this will be termed as the ratio between the number of chocolates between A and B. What does this 5:4 mean? Very simple. For every 5 chocolate which A is having, B will be having 4 chocolates, right? And also we know that ratio means simplified fraction. So definitely this can also be written as a form of a fraction. A upon B is equivalent to 5 upon 4. Alright. Now let's see one more example. Let's assume that a person A has 1500 rupees with him. And let's assume a person B has 2000 rupees with him. Now let's find out the comparison or the ratio between both of their money. So A is having 1500, B is having 2000, and if we try to simplify their terms, what is going to happen? We can cut off the two zeros. This would be 3 and this would be 4. So the ratio between the money between A and B is 3:4. This can also be represented as a fraction. So A by B is equivalent to 3/4. From the two examples which we have seen so far, it is very clear that in ratios we can perform a common division, right? Now let's take one more example. I'm just going to assume that the salary between A and B is in the ratio of 4:5. Does that mean A is receiving 4 rupee as a salary and B is receiving 5 rupee as a salary? No. There would have been an initial value which is the exact salary of A and B, and that would have been reduced to 4 and 5 because we know that ratio itself means a simplified version, right? So what might be the salaries of A and B? Let's try multiplying maybe 100 with both the terms. So maybe the salary of A might have been 400 and the salary of B might have been 500. Or if we try multiplying 1000 with both A and B, what is the salary of A? The salary of A would have been 4000 and the salary of B would have been 5000. So from this idea, we can also understand that apart from a common division, a common multiplication can also be performed in ratios, right? So the basic two operations which can be done in ratios is common division and common multiplication.